Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. Today, I will be reviewing Insecure Season 4, Episode 4, titled Lowkey Losin It. This was like an okay episode. This, out of the 4 episodes thus far, this was my least favorite episode, but it was still cool. Some things did happen. So let's get into it. The episode starts off with some comedy. So basically all of Issa's tenants come busting up through her apartment, whatever, her place. And basically either Issa forgot to pay the water bill or she forgot to tell them that, water was going to be shut off or something. There ain't no water. And she didn't give her tenants no warning. Now, Issa, if you're going to do this property management, what's the word? Whatever the word is. I hope I don't embarrass myself on this fucking camera. But if you're going to do all that, do it right, damn it. You got to warn people about stuff like that, girl. So moving on from that, Asian Bae goes to Molly's house. I guess they're going to have like an indoor date night hookup session, So he comes over, they start kissing, ew. And she is just not in the mood. Before he arrived, she was already, doing some work. So he can tell that like she's not into it. And she's just like, look, let me just finish this and then we'll be good for the rest of the night. So he's like, okay, no problem. Handle your business. I'll be in the other room. Just, come and get me when you're done. Ciao. So she is over there working, and when she looks at the clock, it is damn near 2 a.m. I'm like, bitch, I would be knocked out. And that's exactly what Andrew was, knocked the fuck out. So when she went to the room, he was passed out, but she was kissing on him and he rolled over and they did it. I mean, they still smashed. I thought he wasn't going to do it, but men, they get it in if need be. Okay. If you throwing it at them, they gonna catch it. Okay, let me stop. Sound. Okay, Issa is overwhelmed with y'all, I'm on one tonight, okay? Issa is overwhelmed with trying to create the flyer for the block party, so she is hitting up Condola, and honey, Condola is MIA, honey. She is not returning Issa's calls or text messages. Very, very sketchy. Very sketchy. And now it's making me think back to the previous episode where Lawrence was going to talk to Issa about like Condola. It sounded like he was going to say something in reference to Condola, and now I'm wondering what's going on. Like, they agree that in order for them to continue their relationship, they're going to have to cut ties with Issa with the working relationship, or did they break up, or like what happened? Like, so that's a mystery, y'all. We don't know where Condola is, whatever that girl's name is. We don't know where she at. Okay. So Molly's at work, honey. She is finally getting along with her coworkers. Finally, because she done pissed off them black folks last season, but she got it together. And they have accepted her in the firm, and she's getting along with everybody. So it's cool. They're working. Now, one of the girls has to leave early to get home to her family. So Molly and the other girl decide, hey, we'll stay back. We'll finish up. No big deal. So she texts Andrew basically saying, hey, I have to cancel tonight's plans. Work. I have to stay late. Okay. No biggie. Molly and Issa pull up to Tiffany's house. Tiffany just had her baby. They had a beautiful baby girl, and basically all the girls are going over to her house to see her and the baby. So Molly and Issa pull up at the same time, child, and damn near fight over the parking spot. It was so awkward. And Issa was just like, okay, I'm going to go around and find something else, So as they're walking up to the house, basically they acknowledge like, dang, we've been so busy, haven't really been able to commit to self-care Sundays. And, Issa was like, do you still want to do it? And she's like, yeah, girl. Molly's like, yeah, of course, They know they don't want to do it, but they don't want to make it awkward, and they don't want to seem like the bad friend that doesn't want to hang out with the other friend. So they're both just faking it. Like, yeah, girl, I still want to do it. But really, y'all don't want to do it, nor are you guys putting effort into hanging out. So They're at the house. So Derek, obviously Tiffany's husband, and Lawrence are there in the baby's room. And, Lawrence is admiring the baby. She is beautiful. And Derek basically admits to Lawrence that the pregnancy was actually unplanned. They were not really planning on having a kid right now. And it kind of messed up some of their plans with travels and different things they had, planned out for themselves. And then he made a joke basically saying like, man, look at her, so beautiful. Talking about one day some dude's gonna F my daughter. I was like, oh, it's horrible to think that way. But you know what? All you men out there that are dogs, I'm not saying all men are dogs, but the ones that are, I feel like your karma is if you have a daughter, okay? All you men out there who treat women like shit, cheat on women, treat us bad, your karma is the day you have a daughter, okay? You better pray. You better pray because karma comes back to you. All right, so the girls are over there. That includes Molly, Issa, Kelly, and of course, Tiffany. And Tiffany basically lets them know, like, Derek has been so helpful with the baby and just how she's adjusting to everything. And what does Molly say? Molly chimes in and says Andrew has been there for her when she's struggling with work, and that he's just so understanding. And she's just going in, child, like as if she's some relationship expert. And Issa, cracks a joke. It was fun shade now. It was a little fun shade, but it was a joke, And she's like, okay, damn, Jada, I see you over there, red table talking. And, it was a cute little joke, sprinkled with some shade. And, Molly didn't really like that too much. She got offended. And she's just like, damn girl, it was a joke. Like, calm down. And then so Issa was like, hey guys, where do we put the baby stuff at? And Molly comes back at her again with some more shade and was like, well, you weren't here last week, but we decided to put it over there, blah, 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 And it's just like, okay, like undercover jabs, like literally undercover jabs back and forth. Like I'm over it with these two. They're just continuing to take shots at each other. So the girls split up. Issa asked Kelly like, hey, has Molly said anything like about me or anything? And Kelly was like, no, why do you ask? And Issa's just like, I just feel like lately she's been on my neck about everything and judging me. And what else did she say? She's just been acting like I'm so messy and like as if her life is so perfect. And Kelly was just like, look, I just think y'all should talk, probably just a misunderstanding. You guys, y'all work it out. Just have a conversation about it. And Issa basically was like, nah, I just think she sees me how she sees me. Now this, I can understand. I have felt this way before in a friendship where it's just like, you know what, no matter what, like you're just going to see me how you see me. You think you know me, like you think you know everything. Even when someone's evolving, sometimes even when you're evolving, people don't want you to evolve. Secretly, they always want to just keep you as you are. And I think that's kind of what they're both doing to each other. I don't think Issa's a victim in this. You know what I mean? Like, although Molly gets on my nerves the most, Issa has been wrong. You know what I mean? They both are wrong in different areas. So then, let's see. Oh yeah. So Issa and Kelly see Lawrence, at the house as well. And Kelly's like, look at Lawrence over there. What she say? Looking like a whole provider. That shit was so funny. I love Kelly. So Molly, Molly gets a text from Andrew basically asking like, hey, are we still on for, our movie date? And she was like, no, I'm still over here helping with Tiffany and then I have to work late. So it's like, damn bitch. Okay. I see the pattern. It's becoming to be too much now. You keep canceling plans. Like Molly has to learn how to balance work life. Like you can't just keep ditching him, but it's Molly. So Molly and Tiffany are in the baby's room and Molly asked Tiffany, has Issa said anything about me? Same question Issa asked Kelly. So she's like, no. And then Molly says, Issa thinks that I don't want to be happy, but it's funny because she calls me old Molly, but here she is out there doing old shit too. Now she's saying this because she peeped out the window that Issa and Lawrence were going outside to have a conversation. She has no idea what it's about, but she's, passing judgment. They basically are passing judgment towards each other. So yeah, Issa and Lawrence go outside to talk, and she basically said, you know, she mentions like, hey, I've been trying to reach out to Condola, but I haven't heard anything from her. And he was like, yeah, I gotta talk to you about something. And as soon as he said that, she gets a phone call, and it's bad news. Basically, her headliner dropped out of the block party. Schoolboy Q won't be performing anymore, and that's like not good news. Like, she's basically screwed. Like, you know, she's got to figure out a whole new headliner for her event, and I think the event is, you know, slowly approaching, so not good news. She was like, you know, hey, he asks her, like, you know, what happened, because he can tell that like she's pissed off. And she tells him, and he was like, you know what, don't worry about it, we'll talk another time, you know, no big deal, go handle your business. So she goes back in the house and tells the girls like, hey, I have to go. Molly sees that Lawrence just left. So in Molly's head, she's thinking, okay, y'all about to do something and y'all being shady, which is so not the case. But again, in her mind, she's assuming the worst in Issa. Vice versa. They're both doing it to each other. So Issa, you know, goes on her Instagram and trying to find, you know, local artists. Basically just to try to find a replacement for her main artist that dropped out. You know, she's stressed out about this. Molly and Asian Bae are on a date night finally, and you know, she's talking to him and planning out the night and what she wants to do and and he was like, oh, but actually I already made plans with my boys for later tonight. And she was like, why? Like, it's date night. Like, she gets upset. And he's like, well, I just assumed you'd be working later, you know, because that's been the trend. She's like, but I'm here now. Reason number, I don't know, 85, why I don't like Molly. She's so fucking selfish. Bitch, y'all done had like 5 date nights in a row where you keep canceling on him. And how is he supposed to know this one time is the time that you're actually going to commit to the full night, or even just commit it all to the plans? Like, how is he supposed to know? Like, she's got to work on her communication skills. So she gets an attitude. He's like, I mean, I can call and cancel if you want. And she's like, no, it's okay, don't cancel. But, you know, kind of messes up the night anyway. So let's see, Issa calls Molly, right? And Molly picked up with an attitude, whatever, but she was like, hey, you know, I really do want to talk to you. And you could tell Molly was relieved. Like, she was like, yes, okay, my friend has called me, cool, we have to have like our, you know, our normal conversations like we used to do. And so Molly starts to vent. Like, she just starts to, you know, talk about her day and what's going on at work and things like that. And Issa does something that is so rude, and I hate when people do this. Issa basically rushes Molly and was like, you know, basically pulled her like oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, girl, I got a favor that, like, the only time that's okay to do that to me is like if it's an emergency, where it's like, no, like, pause, I gotta talk to you ASAP. Like, other than that, that shit is just so rude. So on this side, like on this point, I was actually siding with Molly. Like, that was kind of rude. Basically, Issa tells Molly that her headliner dropped out of the show, or the block party, and she has been looking for a replacement. The artist that she found on Instagram is actually repped by the same company that Andrew works for. Andrew, Asian Bae, okay? So she was like, do you think you can ask Andrew to pull that favor for me? At least just contact him and see what he can do. And Molly has an attitude, and she automatically assumes that it's Issa's fault as to why the artist dropped out. She went down her whole list of asking her questions. Or was it this? Did you do the deposit? Did you pay the deposit? Did you do this? And she's like, girl, I did all that. I don't have time for this. Like, can you please just help me? Like, I need to fix this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in a crisis. I need to fix it. And Molly, with her old miserable ass, was like, yeah, I got it. I'll ask him. So let's see. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, let me just say this. Issa is wrong, not only for cutting her off and asking her a favor, but she's wrong for asking her a favor like that in the midst of them not being all the way good, and her not having the courage to talk to Molly. Like, bitch, you can't keep dodging me and then you're gonna hit me up and want a favor. So Issa was definitely wrong for that. You know what I mean? Let's see. All right. So later that day, Molly goes over to Andrew's house and basically, you know, kudos to Molly. I give her credit when she's right. She was, you know, mature, and she was like, look, I apologize. Like, you know, I've been busy with work. Like, she admits, like, hey, like, I usually don't get this far in a relationship. Like, it goes south. So, you know, I'm still learning. I'm going to do better. You know, I'm going to try to balance everything better. And he was like, you know, good. Because he was like, you know, we're not in the honeymoon stage anymore. So, you know, we got to start taking this more seriously. And, you know, I was like, okay, kudos to Molly, you know, like, on some grown woman shit. Like, I really appreciated that conversation she had with Andrew. Communication, people. Communication. So, ciao boo boo. The episode ends, right, with Molly calling Issa. And, you know, when Issa picked up, she was super excited. She was like, oh, my best friend, what you do? You know, she's singing her little dance, like, ooh, 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 because she's thinking Molly, you know, came through for her with that favor. So, Molly basically lets Issa know, like, look, I didn't ask Andrew, and I don't plan on asking him at all. And it was just like, oh, okay. And Issa was like, okay, like, why did y'all break up? That question pissed off Molly even more, because again, it's like, why are you're assuming that I'm gonna fail in my relationships based on my past? So that pissed her off. And she was just like, no, I want to keep business and personal separate. And I don't want to be in the mix if something goes south. And she's like, this relationship is really important to me and I don't want to mess it up. You know, does that make sense? And Issa was just like, she was dumbfounded. She was just like, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Okay, well, I gotta go work, so I'll talk to you later. She's like, Issa was pissed off, and I don't blame her. I would be really, really, really upset. Like, a part of me wants to try to understand why Molly did that. I want to try to understand it, but I don't. And I don't like how she handled it. At the same time, Issa's your girl. I just felt like you should have pulled through for her. So, I don't know. It's a controversial topic. People feel different ways. I don't know, but these two are getting on my nerves, and I need them to hurry up and have a real adult conversation. But anyways, that is my review for Insecure. You guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye.